Covering all conversation, from dating to getting revenge on your exes. This is Talking Points with Shabazz Davis on World Improv Network.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Good evening, and welcome to Talking Points with Shabazz Davis. My name is Jerome Carmichael, filling in for Shabazz this week, who's busy getting his 5th metatarsal replaced with a Tootsie Roll. Good luck, Shabazz. That sounds structurally unsound. Now, on to today's show. It is late August here in the United States of America, the best country on earth, and one of the features of late August here is the return to school. I guess we have a lot of parents in the crowd tonight, because surely the children aren't feeling as happy. Now, we are going to explore today the phenomenon of back-to-school anxiety, and we're going to look across the age range. So our first guest today is a young man. His name is Timwick Smythes. Okay, Timwick. May I call you Tim?
I would prefer if you called me my first and last name in completion.
Okay, Mr. Timwick, Master Timwick Smythes.
Don't say master,
okay,
because that puts pressure on having authority. I don't want authority.
Okay, Timwick Smythes, and you are starting middle school this year.
Oh God, don't remind me. That's the thing I'm doing.
Now, this there's a little confusion across the nation. Middle school is not the most defined term. In this case, it's the junior high school version. You're going into 8th grade?
No, it's 7th and 8th grade. There are other middle schools that do 6th to 8th, and I really wish I would have been in one of those so I could have been more prepared.
Oh, this is just something you would have had to deal with last year, though.
Oh, gosh, but then it would have been done, and it wouldn't have been something I have to do.
Well, valid point. And our other guest tonight is a man who has dealt with a lot of back-to-school anxiety. This, I'm told, Mr. Carrie Sname? Carrie Sname? And you are a 7th-year senior at the University of Florida?
Yeah, 7 years, man, and counting. So proud, love the University of Florida. It's radical.
Well, it doesn't sound like you're worried about returning to school at all.
Nah, my parents have a lot of money, so they don't care how long I stay in school. And my objective here is to let the education really sink in, kind of like the sand underneath my feet,
Oh, well, you're sure taking your time on that. Now, there must be some pressures involved.
Yeah.
Having been in school for 7 years, you've seen a whole full 4-year class come and go 3 times now.
Yeah, the pressure is to try to figure out, what freshmen to hit on when they come on campus, And it's kind of hard, the longer
that sounds
God, flirting
difficult
with women. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, little guy over there, one of these days, you might be sitting on a campus of a higher educational institution and you see all the sexy women or boys, depending on what you're into. And,
I don't know yet.
And yeah, you might figure it out, hopefully you figure it out before I figured it out after my 6th year senior at the University of Florida. And the pressure's pretty high, the anxiety. You don't know what new thousands of kids are going to be walking in front of you.
Now, Timwick is...
I'm sorry.
Sorry. Timwick Smythes?
Yep, that was it.
It's Master, I think. Did you say Master?
No, Master.
No, he does not want that responsibility. Carrie. Now, Timwick Smythes,
yes?
You're going into 7th grade now. Do you? It doesn't sound like you've ever had a girlfriend or boyfriend, or you haven't had a significant other. Is that one of the sources of anxiety that you're really dealing with?
Oh no, personally, that's my source of comfort. It's living in solidarity. I don't like the pressure of having to entertain another human personality with my human personality. It makes me freak out.
Oh, so you avoid people?
Yeah, that's what I like to do. It's comfortable for me.
Well, Mr. Carmichael, I just want to say that, it's ironic you had him, a 7th grader, 7th year senior, there's more linked to Mr. Smize than just me.
Timwick Smize,
yeah,
sorry, no mister, I'm not a mister.
Sorry, little guy, Master Timwick Smize.
Oh, please, oh, God, don't do it.
The other thing that we have a bond, besides just randomly being here together on your interview, is that him and I are Xbox Live buddies, and we play Neverwinter together, we explore across the Sword Coast all the time, and we kill a lot of dragons,
So, you two have an existing relationship, and...
It's a business relationship, more or less.
No, I'm sorry. Hey, production? Hey, Steve, how come we didn't know this? How come we didn't know these two gentlemen knew each other?
Yeah, we were thinking that it might be a better show since there's such a big age discrepancy.
Well, maybe you could let me know next time.
Oh, God, you're raising your voice, and it's making me sweat a little more than I usually do.
Sorry. Shut up, kid. Hey, Steve, I run this show when Shabazz isn't here. These are things I need to be aware of.
Yeah, but Shabazz wouldn't have cared, so we thought...
Yeah, well, I'm not
protocol.
Shabazz, am I?
I understand, but
we made him mad.
We keep the protocol, as normal. I apologize there, don't get too out of line, though. Shabazz might not like it.
Yeah, well, okay, good point. Anyway, okay, so you two know each other.
Well, only by Xbox Live. I've never seen him in person. I didn't know he was...
But you've talked.
Yeah, but I didn't know he was a 7th grader. He came across more like maybe a sophomore in college or something.
Oh, God, I don't like thinking that I come off older than I am. It makes me think I'm closer to dying.
Oh, well, I think with your stress level, you're going to die, probably very young. So what kind of things were you discussing, Carrie, that made you think that he was so much older?
Well, first of all, you can tell he has a head on his shoulders, just his communication while we're playing, like his analytical approach on how to get a combat advantage over the dragons, It doesn't show like he'd be a 7th grader, It shows more like a 30-year-old or 25-year-old, sense of analytical genius and mindset,
Oh, don't say genius. It puts pressure on me to be smart. I just look at every single possible outcome, good and bad, mostly bad.
Yeah.
And that's just how I'm able to dissect things so analytically. It's because everything is bad.
And the other thing, you gotta understand, Mr. Carmichael, he plays a cleric, which is like one of the most important classes in the game.
Oh, don't say important. Oh,
and
man.
his ability to keep the party alive, under stressful situations is just shows wisdom beyond his years,
Wow.
I don't like the compliments. They're making me stressed.
Well, you have a lot of responsibility entering in, whether you want it or not, young man. The older you get, the more responsibility you'll have to deal with. And as a strategist, going into this new adventure with, a new social scene and a new social structure.
Stop saying the word new! I don't like change!
Well, you're stuck with it because you are the new kid in school this year. So what strategies are you going to use to navigate the harsh waters of junior high, middle school?
I'm gonna travel down the rough terrain of the map. And so no one sees me, and I'm gonna put on my cloak.
Are you seriously going to wear a cloak to school?
So no one can see me.
Well, he has a cloak of Saladin, in the game. And,
yes, but this is real life that we're discussing. Where things have consequences. And the choices you make will affect your life greatly.
Stop saying
Mr.
words.
Carmichael, man, there's a lot of consequences in Neverwinter. You can't just dismiss it like it's not real life.
Yes, I can, because it's not real life.
Hey!
Mr. Carmichael. Hey! Mr. Carmichael, Mr. Timwick has a 17,000 gear score, like the highest cleric in the game. How can you say that's not life, And if he wears the cloak of Saladin to skill, that just kind of confirms the bond between the virtual world and the real world,
Well, I guess I can see why you've been in college for 7 years at this point. You have no grasp on reality or sense of responsibility.
Oh, I want that so bad.
And young Master Timwick Smythes, you have, I assume, a long road of wedgies and swirlies and time spent locked in lockers ahead of you. So
I didn't
good
even
luck
think
with that.
of that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, going back to school sucks, especially when you're socially, poorly adjusted nerd. So good luck. And that is the talking point.
Give the Windcast your suggestions via Facebook, Twitter, or the KZKO Wind blog during the commercial break of what issues the Wind counselors can help you with during Good, Bad, Ugly. Next on KZKO. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with another exciting segment for Win on KZKO The Vibe.